the road all the time, so I just ended up selling my act to David Blaine, and didn't want to take it too serious.
Was that the act that stumped Ben and Teller?
Twice.
Twice?
Damn, but you're only on once.
I was. All right, so Renee, is this your card?
No.
No. Oh, hold on, my stuff. Is this your card?
Nope.
Damn. Check your glasses.
Damn, how'd you do that?
Might want to ask David Blaine next time. He'll explain to you how I did it. Welcome to Toad House, podcast about nothing and everything. How are you guys doing?
A lot better than Bono.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, our friend Bono kind of got into it with a witch doctor and ended up being turned into a little tiki. You doing okay, Bono?
Oh, man.
He'll be fine.
So if we looked on your phone, what would be the last search? What would be on your search history?
Santa. Sex.
Oh my gosh.
I knew it.
Of course. Don't want to look at the rest of it, for sure.
Balls.
Poor
Oh,
guy.
man.
Poor guy.
Tell him.
It was funny. The other day, me and Noah were driving a jiu-jitsu class, and we were in separate cars because he came in later. And we're at a red light, and the light turns for those people to turn left. And the guy in front of me, I guess he's asleep at the wheel. So he stays, right? He doesn't want to move. And usually in that situation, I like honking the horn, but I'll like hold it down, like really.
You won't give it a quick like beep.
No, I give it a good, but I give them plenty of time to make sure, they're not driving stick or, so I know the guy's.
He's fucking up.
He's fucking up.
Oh yeah, it was a while.
Right? It was a while. So I gave him a long honk. He sees the light. He sees all this. So he starts going. But as he's going, I guess he doesn't like the long honk. So then he stops. Just to be a dick, like, oh, you're going to long honk
You're gonna
me.
long honk me. I'm gonna stop right here.
So then as he stops, I'm still honking from the first honk.
And then I started honking.
And then there's a whole line, and everybody starts honking. And then you can see the guy playing with his lights where he knows he has to go because everybody's honking, but then he's mad, so he'll step on the brake, and he doesn't know what
Want
to
to
do.
stick it to all you guys just one last time?
You could see him in the rearview mirror. He was like, oh, tense.
Yeah, by the way his lights were flickering, you could tell he was like
Like he didn't want to go.
That's funny. But
So you guys all beat his ass. You got in line like airplane.
And then that was we were saying that we all pull into jujitsu. Like he's another guy there.
It's the coach. It's the coach. I've always thought about that too. Like I'm fucking honking, move asshole, and I get here and it's you. Like oh fuck, shit. Oh yeah, it's the worst.
because I do that. Like when the light turns, if somebody's really asleep, I usually give them a quick 2 to 3 count, and then I like giving them the. And then it's funny when you pull up next to them, because they don't even want to make eye contact or.
Now you look on and they're just like
straightforward.
piece of shit.
What do you think the percentage are females to males?
Like on car?
Asleep at the wheel.
I think it's got to be mainly guys, right?
Man, I would say it's mainly girls. That's why
Really?
I kind of don't like doing it, because it's usually old ladies or
Oh,
something.
okay, yeah, maybe. Okay, old ladies.
Because as I pass by,
And she has a heart attack. And she's dying and she's trying to reach for her phone and you're like, move, asshole.
It's funny. Like sometimes you'll be driving and it's like a 45 and there's someone going like 20 and you drive by and it's some old lady like.
The wheel, like right here.
yeah, they shouldn't be driving.
You shouldn't be driving.
For sure, yeah. It's
Even if I'm like on 3 lanes and the left lane has to turn, but I'm in the first lane going straight, I'll see the light turn green. And even though I'm not behind them, I'll look at them. And if they're asleep, I'll even honk from the side. Because everybody's asleep because nobody's honking, and I'm like, yeah, I can still honk.
From this side. You have nothing to do with it. Like,
And one time I did it, and it was a guy in a big truck, and he looked like, all right, I'm gonna honk at. I honk at everybody. It was my opportunity to, and I did, and he looks at me, and he's mad. But as he's trying to yell at me, I'm telling him like, "Oh, you need to go. Like, you're holding up a light."
Like, it's still red for you, but he has the green arrow. So
Exactly. And it is. It's red
Get
for
out of
me,
here,
but
asshole.
I'm telling him like, "No, you need to go." While he's trying to cuss me out, and then everybody starts honking. So sure enough, I see him drive off as he's cussing me out. But I'm like,
Damn, you're the hero we all deserve.
I live for that.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. Yeah, I'll usually give him like just a beep, just to let him know. But I have had the fucking.
Oh, you've had that?
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure. I've had it where like the light, like I'm ready, I'm watching it, and the light turns green, and I'm already going, and I get honks.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm literally already going. Like,
Yeah. That's why, like I'm saying, I'll give somebody a second, because if you're driving stick, it takes a little longer to maneuver. And, so usually when I'm doing it, I know the person's asleep.
Oh, this.
I know.
fucker.
Yeah, what do you think they're doing on their phone?
Or,
I would
or-
say what you're saying, like female to male, I would say it's more phone to no phone. Right? Like 90% of everyone that's asleep's on their phone.
Yeah, like
For sure.
95.
I would hope so, rather than actually asleep. Like, that'd be way scarier. Like, fuck.
Or daydreaming.
Makeup or something like that. I'm sure there's like 2% makeup.
She's giving her passenger head. Babe! Oh, shit.
Right? I'm sure that's a percentage.
Man, because I think the worst is when somebody is asleep at the light. Because you've seen the first guy's there, he's asleep at the light. And by the time he realizes it, it turns yellow. So he's the so there might
that's
be a
the
long line of
worst.
10 cars.
Oh,
He's the only one that gets
He's
it.
the only
that
asshole.
piece of shit.
And he's taking the yellow, right? So the guy behind him's already like, fuck.
I've
That's the
seen
worst.
that, but then the next 3 or 4 cars will go anyway. Fuck you, like
Yeah, because somebody's got to go kick that guy's ass, right?
Don't let him get away.
Because usually that's how he gets away with it, right? He's the only one that takes that light.
Fucking piece of I've seen it. That's the worst.
So that means
man.
everybody's asleep. Because most people are probably looking, like they're thinking,
Waiting for the car to move in front of them.
yeah, if I'm not the guy in the front, I don't have to look at the lights. I just got to make sure this guy's car is there, right?
Yeah.
And then you move up a little and just see one car go. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's like yellow going to red. Like, oh, that sucks.
That's why, like, I'll go real quick, even though it's still red, but then I slam on the brakes. That way the guy behind me, he goes too. He can hit me. And I'm like, yes.
I've done it where I'm like in the Northeast and it's dead. There's no fucking cars. There's nothing. Like, it's the middle of the night. And I'm sitting for like 4 minutes at a red light. Like, what the fuck? Like, well, there's nobody here. So I'll just fucking take it. Like, fuck it. Like, and yeah, that's when all of a sudden 3 cops appear out of nowhere.
Oh, right.
Tackle, get on the ground, sir. I have a knee in my back.
Or have you ever been next to somebody and maybe your car's standard, so you just put it in reverse and then you just start going backwards real quick, but they think they're moving forward? Have you done that?
My dad used to do that on purpose.
And people are stepping on the brake.
Oh, shit.
Because I've been part of both situations.
You've been both guys.
Yeah,
in
where I
that.
see one moving and yeah, it just looks like you're moving forward, right? Like, fuck, I'm not stepping on the brakes.
Fuck. Yeah, I've been there.
And then you just look and laugh at them. Huh?
And then you're next and the next.
Or if it's you, you gotta just keep looking straight.
Yeah, you have to keep looking straight as you're moving back.
You gotta play it off.
Or maybe you and some guy are both at the red light and you know it's still red and you see traffic coming, so you step on it real quick, then you stop And he thinks it's green because he sees you go, so he goes, and then he gets in a wreck. And as his car's on fire, he looks at you and he's like,
You win this round.
that was a good one. And you're like,
Make me wreck once, shame on me. Or shame on you. Make me wreck twice. Oh, that's fucking funny. Just looking at you.
They're like, that is the guy who stumped Penn and Teller, though.
Wait a minute. Where have I seen you before? Check your glasses.
how you doing there, Bono?
I'm like stuck to the couch, but I feel a bunch of people around me, and I feel a lot of stuff going on.
Hang in there, buddy.
We got somebody to come help you out.
What did they say? What was the only food you could eat?
Digs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because it's part of the Wood family, right?
It's a grain.
The Wood family.
You know, it's funny growing up. Noah's my only son or only kid. The first word he ever said was "Dad." The second word he said was Renee.
Nice.
And then the third word was rice.
Rice.
He's
Wait,
loved-
so mom wasn't in any of that? It was just dad, Renee, rice.
Rice, and then I swear it was jasmine rice as the fourth. I swear.
After that, it was chlorophyll.
And yeah, mom was probably like somewhere
17th.
17th. Yeah. Yeah, I remember his 5th birthday party was themed rice.
Rice
Damn,
cakes.
badass. It was themed rice.
You know, some kids have like a Hot Wheels theme, Barbie theme. He'd always want a rice theme.
Rice.
The food was like a bunch of rice cakes, and you could just put jelly, peanut butter,
It's
Nutella.
dedication to the craft.
So that brings us on to this next little
Segment.
segment.
Call it rice talk.
Rice talk.
Toad, bring me that rice.
So this rice, where is it from?
Well, it's from my mima, but I don't call her that anymore. I've matured. I've called her Gam Gam now. But yeah, she made it for this special occasion, rice talk. Talk about anime and rice.
All right, so give us your opinion on the rice. And
Well, starting off, the consistency is very consistent. Because, yeah, there's times where you have the rice and it's all clumped together, and that's the worst.
yeah, right. First impressions.
Very moist. Corny. Grainy. Ricey.
I do like corn in my rice.
Yeah.
It's different. It's good. I like it.
Doesn't need soy sauce. Doesn't need anything.
I do have my soy sauce packet that I carry on me at all times for my rice, but
Not need it.
not for this one. This is more of a Louisiana and an egg. That's it. This type of rice. But one thing I wanted to ask you guys was, do you eat rice with a spoon or a fork? Because I remember my family and I played this game. What was it? Well, it's a list, right?
Dictionary.
No. You list things.
Tic-tac-toe.
And then it said list things you eat with a fork or eat with a spoon. And then someone
Somebody
put
put-
down rice, and people could go and say, no, like, we don't like that answer. Contestant. So I remember when someone put that, we were like, no.
And I
Like,
kept telling
everyone
him,
was
like,
half and
I
half.
said, let Noah judge it. He's been eating rice. Like, that's his thing.
And I
Anyone
said,
knows rice, it's Noah.
Right?
I eat it with both. So I said, no, not a spoon. Because I don't go for a spoon or either. Whatever's there, I'll eat it.
So there's no
But
correct
like,
answer.
but like cereal, of course it's a spoon.
You know, when he first started driving, Saturday mornings he would just disappear. Saturdays and Sundays.
And you'd find him at the rice buffet.
No, he'd go to weddings,
What?
and you know when they throw the rice,
He'd be there.
and then he'd get in his car and he'd run down to the next wedding. He'd have all these weddings planned. Just
dedication.
just for the rice showers.
Yeah, and sometimes I'd miss him, but I could still go sweep him up and put him in the bag.
So by the end of the day, he had this big, giant sack of rice.
Yeah, he just loved that.
Oh,
It was
huge
raining
sacks.
rice. Just some random kid party, wedding crashing all these weddings.
Ooh, I see that kid everywhere. Man, that kid
Living
is
his
related
dream.
to everybody. So what do you give the rice on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say it's not one of my favorites. Definitely had better. But a classic coming from Gam Gam. I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Not bad.
Not bad, right?
You want to have some?
Yeah.
You gotta really put it in his mouth. That's the problem.
What else you like in your mouth, Bono?
Digs.
Knew it.
Don't want to be touching that mouth anymore.
Any anime?
I do like anime. I feel like when I talk about anime, people think, especially like people who don't know anime, they're very like cartoons and like
What a nerd.
would you guys consider cartoons anime? Like Cartoon Network?
I mean, from what I understand, anime is just cartoons from Japan, right? And they have usually they have a certain style to them. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess cartoons from here wouldn't be anime.
But what about like Samurai Jack, right? That's kind of like
Yeah, there's definitely cartoons here that are like really anime inspired.
But not anime, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if you just consider the style and the way it is, like
yeah, I
fuck
guess.
where it's from, like just that style anime, then yeah, there's definitely some from here that could be anime, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, all the sequels from that.
Or anime?
The
But
they're very anime. You would think it's an anime if it wasn't for the
Yeah.
Boondocks is kind of really anime.
Well, I do like Attack on Titan. I know that's Japanese.
Yeah, see,
Anime.
so Japanese.
That's my shit right there.
yeah, because he dressed up as him for Halloween. But I thought he was Star-Lord from Jurassic Park. Right? Because it looks like Jurassic Park.
The guy, the color scheme, it's like the white with, or not white, like the off-white, and like some cream with the green. So it does look like the Jurassic Park.
So then I wanted to match with him, so I had like a matching dinosaur.
And he was like, what the fuck,
Yeah, I was
Dad? So I'm more into the anime that involves like tentacles,
Mmm.
you know,
Juices.
juices, some rope. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff.
Squirming.
Squirming. a lot of nose.
Very, a lot of no.
Were you ever into anime?
Dude, this is the biggest anime guy I know.
Not really. It was popular. I remember seeing a couple, you know, just like the ones that everybody was watching back then, like the Akira and Ghost in the Shell and Appleseed. I mean, they're really cool.
Berserker and all those old school ones.
I've never seen Berserker. I've tried watching it, and I usually just fall asleep. But it looks really good, and I heard it's really good. You?
Oh yeah, I was a little bit of a latecomer to anime. I didn't watch it when I was really, really young. I watched like Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon, stuff like that, like Inuyasha, kind of the older ones. But I didn't really get into it until I was a little bit older. But yeah, I love anime.
Yeah,
You-
same here.
If you walk into my room, it's just, you swear a 9-year-old Japanese girl lives in that room. Like it's
Nice.
just full of fucking bullshit.
Yeah, the art's really cool. I remember a lot of guys here we'd always collect posters and just all this cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
just
cool.
the art, but we didn't know, where they were from or I didn't
You
watch
just
it.
thought this 12-year-old Japanese cartoon was so hot. You just had to have it.
I've always liked the robots, like the Gundams.
Oh,
and,
okay, yeah.
I've always, ever since I was a little kid, that's
Gundam, that's right. I used to watch Gundam when I was younger, too. Gundam was cool. I always watched it with a nice bowl of rice sitting right there.
Yeah, I always liked in anime. They're always eating the Japanese food and
Oh, they
Has
make it
the-
look so good.
throw the rice, the noodles.
Yeah, like they'll show a bowl of ramen and it just looks like the greatest thing you've ever seen. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, one of my favorite animes. It's not airing anymore, but it was called Rice Man. And it was just this piece,
Really?
yeah, it was this piece of rice, and he just goes on throughout his day.
Rice man.
They would call it the life of a rice. That was his little catchphrase. I remember I'd always sit in. He could put me there for hours.
With
Just
a
sit
bowl
there
of
watching
rice,
it.
and I was just.
This was my first anime.
And he'd always want to dress up as him for Halloween, but we can never find that obscure costume.
You guys have any Rice Man costumes? We got Batman. No, Rice Man.
Everybody always thought we were being fucking, being funny. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah, so funny coming into my shop. You get out now.
Like, really? He loves Rice Man.
And then I remember we would go into some, and then they'd be like, "Oh, we got those in the back." And then they would come out with like a straw hat, and like a pitchfork.
It's Raiden from Mortal Kombat. No, that's not Rice Man.
That's just racist.
That's funny because last time Bono was on, he was talking about Santa Claus and sex. He learned
The truth of both at once.
at once, and I had commented that was a weird overlap. You'd think there'd be some distance between the two, right?
A little bit, right?
Right.
Yeah, like at what age is he being too young or too old?
Right, like you learn about how to tie your shoes and 401ks.
Yeah, exactly.
Same week. Like,
Yeah, there's no room for overlap on that one, right? How about playing with Hot Wheels and masturbating?
That seems pretty. I could see the overlap there.
You could see overlap.
Yeah, because once you start, when do you stop playing with toys? Like 10, 11? I was jacking off way before that. I was going at it.
See, and I played with toys till about 22, 23.
Yeah, I guess I still have toys. And I still jack off.
No, I would think that's a weird overlap. I think there should be a little bit of a gap.
Or at some point you stop playing with Hot Wheels and you start playing with your dick.
Yeah, or is that what happens? You find something funner to play with.
Do you want to play with your Hot Wheels, Alex? Hot Wheels are lame.
Where's the cream? Right, that's that one Christmas where what does little Timmy want for Christmas? Hot Wheels, Transformers, like no.
Vaseline
Vaseline and tissue.
and tissues.
I remember for Christmas, my mom would give me like the Target book with all the toys, and she would,
I already know where this is going.
And that's where it leads in, right? There's
and she would tell me to circle whatever I wanted.
And you
And I-
circled the little girls and the little boys.
And then I would go to the back and get the Kleenex, the softest Kleenex, and the lubriest lotion.
The extra pair of socks is all the ones under your bed are stiff and solid.
And she was like, "You don't want Hot Wheels no more?" And I was like, "No, Mom."
Me and this boner needs something else.
All right, Noah, this one's from your Mima. Vaseline! Yay, just what I wanted. Can I play with my toys now? All right, but just one. Thanks, Mima.
Make sure you disconnect your phone from the house speaker.
I remember there was like 2 more years.
What's that? Oh, no, he loves his toys.
There was like 1 more year where she tested it, the Target, and then she just ended up giving me like Adams and Eves. the magazines from there. Just circle which one you want.
it's just fucking lube and rice. It was a great Christmas this year.
As I'm getting down to the bottom of this rice, it's not that bad with the soy sauce. But, you know, when you drown out rice with soy sauce, it's different.
Kind of a cheat.
It's kind of a cheat.
It's like A1 on a steak.
Yeah.
You got to do that every time.
It's
the only way.
Do you really?
You guys have ketchup?
Man, I went to Rio Doso this past weekend, and we ended up eating at a restaurant, and nobody ate the whole day, so it was kind of like like, we're fucking starving. Let's get some good food. And yeah, the place we showed up to, when we were pulling up, I was like, oh.
The rice doesn't seem good here. Like, I don't know.
I could even smell the rice in the back. Was like, oh, they're not even cooking it right. No, but yeah, didn't sound too good or look too good. And yeah, the burger I got had to drown it in ketchup and mayo because it was so flavorless. But then I felt like at the end, like this is why I'm bringing it up, because the lady was like, oh yeah, the burgers are so good, and everyone got burgers. And then at the end, like, no one had finished their burger, and she kind of like knew, like, oh yeah, they're
actually shit.
Yeah, they're actually shit. Like the face on the face she had.
The meat was going bad, and she had to sell it.
She had to sell it.
It was the last of it.
Oh man, it wasn't good.
No rice.
No rice.
Fucking pieces of
They didn't even have rice.
That's how bad the burgers were. I could smell the rice. It was just the shittily cooked burgers.
I'm almost done with this.
Final thoughts on the rice? Conclusions?
Still staying with the 6.
I'd bump it up to a 6.2.
Yeah. That's about it.
It was good though. Strong, solid. Throw an egg on top, it becomes an 8. Almost done.
Digs.
Really? Bono has a mouth on him today, huh?
The last spoonful.
I'm done. Clean Plate Club on Rice Talk.
So man, that magic trick was pretty amazing. I didn't even feel that. What are your thoughts of you? I mean, I guess you're a part-time magician, or you don't really
Would you classify as a magician?
I'm retired.
retired. So what do people think about dating a magician? What would it be like to date a magician?
Spicy.
Spicy. And you could probably like make yourself disappear from situations you don't want to be in. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, and you lock yourself in there. Oh, god damn it, Renee! You open it and you're gone, motherfucker.
When you have the flowers on hand, right? You can just make flowers appear.
Sawing people in half, right? Get away from the cops, huh?
Right, you're like the ultimate. There's nothing you like God.
Or you think if someone's cut in half, you could put them back together? Like, hey, there was this brutal car accident. We need you.
Wait,
Put them in the box.
I'm a magician.
Are there any doctors out here?
Wait.
I'm a magician.
I'll put them back.
But first, I need a volunteer from the audience. With the cape.
Oh yeah, you could just go around saying that everywhere. Hey, I'm a magician.
Yeah, you'd be rich. You'd be stealing like watches, wallets,
Everything, right?
glasses off people's faces.
Have you seen that movie with what's the one with the magicians? It's
Oh, like with a bunch of them?
yeah.
Now
They're
You See Me?
Yeah, now you see me.
Have you seen those?
Yeah, like, exactly like that. Robbing banks.
It's part 2. Is Woody Harrelson in both, or is he just on?
I think he's in both.
Where's the one where they're breaking in and they have like a card and they're like, throwing it behind their back, and it's flying.
It's one of them. I
So-
think they steal like a chip, and then they put the chip in the card, and they're all throwing it
Have you
around.
seen it?
Oh, man, like
man,
I've
it's-
seen both of them, but
I was about to say, like, what if you're in bed and you're like a magician? They're like, you know, things are getting frisky. You turn off the light, throw it and knock off the light, like a card, right? Because our magician's good with cards.
right, you're,
Poster.
you're
Poster.
fucking your girlfriend and you come inside her. Did you just come inside me? Check again. I always wished I could do that move where like you just kind of like throw your hand down and then a puff of smoke goes up and then you're gone. Just escape
Or would
from-
you make them gone
Ah.
to the kitchen?
There you go. Or she just wakes up. What the? We're not holding like a pot roast. What the fuck?
What are those people that hypnotize people?
Hypnotist.
Hypnotist? I remember you guys were talking about that on one of the podcasts. I wonder what it'd be like dating them.
Oh,
That'd be
right,
risky, huh?
hypnotist.
Right? They're getting all mad at you. Sleep. And then you wake up like, you know,
Wake up
10
with a
hours.
sore throat.
all
Sawed in half.
Salty.
Sawed in half.
Damn, I'm sure someone can get pretty powerful, like a hypnotist, a magician.
That's why you don't fuck with warlocks. Just never know. Or like the mentalist that can read your mind.
Mentalist. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's an illusion, right? It's a trick.
Remember one time a guy came in here and he's he wanted money. That's his whole thing, but he had a little gimmick where he's and he tries to read your future and he does the the hand, the palm reading, and he's just saying he's just saying stuff that I guess is very general. And then at the very end he does that one trick, and I know the trick. It's like where you ask somebody a question, but you pretend before you ask it, you write it down.
Oh.
But you're really writing down the last question that you're going to ask him. And it's one of those questions like, quick, name me a flower. And everybody says, what?
Rose or something.
Exactly. So he writes down rose. So the first thing he writes down is rose. But then he'll ask you, like, what number are you thinking? So then when you say it, he pretends that's what he wrote. So then he'll ask you a next question, and he'll be writing down the number you just said. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end, he puts the last one, not the...
Yeah. So as he's doing this, he gives me a piece of paper, and he tells me to see how long I can tear it. The more pieces I could tear it up into, the better luck I'll have. Or I don't know what he's doing, but
You have 11 luck.
or yeah, I forget.
So you started ripping it? Or?
Yeah, I started ripping it, and
Marijuana affects the memory.
yeah, fuck, I forgot what I was saying.
I just told him to fuck off after that.
Yeah, I saw the trick, and I kind of laughed at him, like, yeah, that's not, like, yeah, I saw what you did there. Or, yeah, it's kind of funny.
A mentalist? So he wasn't a mentalist, he was a magician. That sounds more of a magician.
No, he was trying to be a palm reader.
He was just mental.
Yeah, he was
A
more
palm
of
reader.
a palm reader, fortune teller, gypsy.
Gypsy.
When he walked out of the shop, he got on a carpet, and then he just flew off.
He just went ching ching ching. 3 plates of rice appeared and took off.
He went back in like a teacup.
And it's funny, the people that came the other day and everyone was just wearing pajamas. The whole fucking family.
Yeah, I know, right?
You do that? You don't go out to eat in your pajamas or
Like, what kind of pajamas? Like, were they all wearing like onesies? They even had like the little hat,
the little
I
flap
would-
on the ass.
the slippers.
If they were full pajama like that, I think that would have been all right. But
Respect.
yeah, but it was more just
Like, how'd you know it's pajamas? Like, are you just saying that's their pajamas?
They just look like shit. No, it was like
yeah, like sleeping clothes. Yeah, it's definitely sleeping clothes. Like not even
Like those-
warm ups
like those fuzzy like
Yeah.
little sweats that you get for Christmas and then like some
with
bullshit.
like Mickey Mouse or yeah, it wasn't
Like,
even
what, like
sweatpants.
a tank top.
Yeah, one guy was naked.
Yeah, I was in his pajamas, all naked, hanging dong.
You guys do nose piercings?
Right? Like I just got out of bed 2 minutes ago and want my nose pierced. Yeah, I don't leave the house. I mean, I try and be dressed.
Walk out to get the mail in your boxers.
I'll do that, but yeah, I won't leave like in the car to the store in pajamas, or I definitely won't be like I won't be walking down the aisles.
How far would you extend that? The boxers outside. Would you say if you go outside to throw the trash in your boxers, and you see someone's breaking in next door, would you go, or were you like, oh, gotta put on clothes?
No, right? What do you do? Because then at the end, like you'd just be there in some random situation.
They're
The
boxers.
picture of you in the newspaper, local hero saves, and it's just you in your fucking boxers.
As they're arresting you for indecent exposure.
You wouldn't go through like the McDonald's drive-through, get some breakfast in your boxers, no shirt,
No, not boxers, no shirt, man,
no shoes.
no shoes.
I
And
want
then
to do
the
that.
car breaks down and you've got to push it all
You're
barefoot.
changing a tire. Fuck, that's funny.
No, yeah, I think you've got to expect that, right? If you're
out there in your pajamas.
in your pajamas, right?
Yeah, and I know at times like my mom would do that. Like we're at home, like making tacos or something, and she's in her pajamas, and we need avocado. She's like, "Okay, we're gonna run to the store real quick, but we gotta be quick. I'm in my pajamas."
I have a time limit of how long I want to be seen in public with pajamas on.
My time limit is 0.
You gotta live a little. How else are you gonna make a bowl of cereal in the middle of Walmart? You gotta be pajamaed up.
All right.
You gotta start getting more comfortable with it. Come to work in pajamas.
How'd you feel piercing them?
And you know what? I didn't really even pay attention that they were in pajamas until you pointed it out.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what?
one of
dude?
them had her hair like, right, like she just woke up.
I guess yeah. I didn't even
One of them
notice.
still had one of those the eye shades over.
They still had like the dried white saliva. Around
Yeah,
their
that's what I'm
mouth.
saying. And you're piercing them. That's all I can imagine. Is they still have milk, right? Milk mustache cookies. She wants her lip pierced.
Oh man, there's some characters that come in here like that. Like last time too, a week ago, I pierced some guy. He wanted both sides of his nose pierced, and I was like, "All right, cool, I got you." I do the first one, and he's already like, and I was like, "Oh man, this guy is fucking tripping." And I was like, "You ready for the next one, man?" "Yeah, all right." And as soon as I put the needle through, he just sneezes all over me, and like not a regular like a chew, like a full of. And I saw like chunks and pieces, and I felt it on my lip and eye. And inside I wanted to be like, "You fucking disgusting fucking animal! Are you fucking kidding me?" But I wanted his money, so I was like, "He's, I'm so sorry," and I was like, "No, no worries, man. It happens to the best of us."
His brain was all.
yeah, his brains were on my lip. It was fucking gross, and we finished it up and.
Okay, Noah, if you're talking to somebody and you're both talking and then you see a spit fly out of his mouth, you both see it and it lands on you, what do you do? Ignore it?
So it depends on who. If it's someone close, like I'll be like, "You fucking asshole! Did you just spit on me?"
Oh, yeah, you'd call a friend out?
Well, yeah, one of my friends, his name's Sergio. Man, every time.
His name is Sergio Martinez. He lives at 3832.
Spitter Street.
That guy's a spitter. Like, and yeah, all my friends.
Butter knows about squirting.
Oh yeah, all our friends know. They've been showered on. So yeah, if he spit, like he'll come up to me and he's not doing it on purpose, but yeah, it'll happen. I'm like, "Hey, like, come on." But yeah, sometimes it happens with like random people. Like yesterday, we were at a family reunion, or it was a birthday party. But like, I haven't seen these family in forever.
And me, mom,
And I-
spitting all over me.
And I remember I spit on someone, and I remember it was like someone like I knew, but I haven't seen them in forever. I don't remember who it
It's
was.
just one of those tiny ones that everybody sees all in slow motion.
Yes, and I saw it, and I was like, I know they felt it, but I didn't. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna leave now. Oh, I felt bad. I was like, jeez.
I do that a lot. I'll accidentally spit on someone like and I always apologize, but like, oh, I'm sure they're probably like, does this motherfucker just fucking spit on me?
Nobody's called you out on it.
No, people are usually polite about it.
But it's not like anyone you're like crazy close with, right? Like, or
Just my Mimo.
it's your meme.
No, just like some of the
You-
dudes here. Like I'll talk to you guys and I notice it. I come out and I'm like, oh, shit.
And if somebody does it to you, you call them out, or you're polite. Too.
No, I'm polite. I'll just take it.
But you both know it just happened, right?
It lands right here.
Oh,
And I'm like, all right, I'll
everyone-
see you later, man. Then I come to the back and I'm like,
With a little dropper, like got his DNA now.
And Coke clone him.
he's fucked. Yeah, so that dude spit all over me. That was fucking gross. I could still feel it on my lip. His part of his
Oh
brain.
shit! Yeah, I think that's so funny. How about wiping it? Like if you're in a long conversation, you're in a long conversation and it flies out and it lands on your cheek.
Do you just let it sit there and
Or
evaporate?
or you're gonna do like a scratch the hair and then you like wipe it with a.
You wouldn't be all like,
That would be that's rude, right? That's just as bad as. Yeah, exactly. A little, or you pretend you sneeze and you can kind of wipe it.
or you just go check again. Their face has it now.
Oh, that's-
Oh, what?
if anything, put him face down.
I think he's had enough for today.
Dicks.
Take care, Bono. You had a rough day today.
He's had a rough day.
You know, like sometimes there's those days you're having a bad day, but then you're like, I didn't get turned into E.T.
I may have gotten spit on, but at least at the end of the day, I'm still a person.
Right? Not a wooden.
Yeah, I swear every time I get sick too, I'm always like, man, those times when I'm not sick, I'm so ungrateful. Like can't breathe in my left nostril. Like, man, I really miss.
I missed the good.
It's a luxury.
Yeah, the other day, a mom and her son came in for a tattoo. And usually when the kid looks young and then they're in with their parent, the first thing I ask is...
It's already fishy.
Yeah, I already know. Like, I already know, because when you first start, maybe you're not onto it. So you'll be there drawing and doing everything this little kid wants you to do. And usually it's like
This crazy fucking
paragraph with this and that. And you'll be drawing it for an hour. And then right when you get ready, they're like, he's 17. You know what I mean? So now I see that. So that's always the first question. Like, how old is he? And they say 17. And I'm like, okay, well, he needs to be 18 to get tattooed. And I think that's a phrase that nips everything in the butt, right? He needs to be 18 to get tattooed. And how do they always respond?
They'll come back with, but I'm his mom. Can I sign off for him? Let me repeat what I just said.
Yeah, then I'll say that again just to be like, he needs to be 18. Like, you need to be 18 to get tattooed. And
But what if I'm okay with it?
yeah, and then they keep on, and it's like, fuck. Like,
There's even some where it's like, well, you know what? My boyfriend's 18. Can he come? Yeah, he can come, but you need to be 18 to get it.
yeah, if you're not 18, you're not getting tattooed. He could see you get shot down.
Come see you get shot down.
Yeah, so I'm there looking at this lady, and I'm like, she just keeps on, like, well, where can I go? Or all the shops like this?
Well, what could
And
I
it's-
do?
And I'm like, no, he has to be 18 to get tattooed. I said, if he wants anything, he can get pierced. So then finally I'm like, well, how long does he turn till he's 18? Maybe we can set up an appointment. I can get everything ready for him and then come back on his 18th birthday. And they're like, oh, in a month. I'm like, oh, it's not long at all. So I said, yeah, come back in a month. And then the little kid looks all badass and tells his mom, nah, let's go somewhere else. Like, what? Like, you-
I know a guy. Let's go.
yeah, right. Like, oh, fucking big man, huh?
his mom paying for it.
No,
Yeah.
Mom, fuck these bozos. They got ET working back there.
Yeah, the kid's looking at me, and I forgot who else was up here with me, but he's looking at us like if he knows everything, and like, yeah, like fuck these guys, like.
I got my mom.
You know who my dad is? I mean, with piercings too, like, oh, they're underage. What do they need? Okay, we could do it. I just need a parent here, sign off, and I need some ID from them or from the parent and from the child getting pierced. He doesn't have an ID. Oh yeah, we need one, like something that has all his information so we can, put it in the paperwork and document everything.
Last time, somebody was like, "Can he use his brother's ID?"
They said that.
Yeah, and they'll just be like, well, he doesn't have one. And yeah, it's like the same thing. Like, okay, like let me just repeat what I just said. He needs an ID that.
So if you back up and you look at them, are they usually in pajamas?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Right.
We should just put a sign in the front: no pajamas.
You guys go down the street.
All right, no pajamas, no service. We reserve the right to refuse service
To anyone wearing pajamas.
anyone wearing pajamas. Yeah, that's just what happens, right? You get like those people that.
Yeah, last time a lady called and she's like, "I want to get my 2 daughters pierced." And I'm like, "Yeah, come on in." He just, you don't need an appointment. It's walk in. And then, about an hour later, a lady with 2 kids comes in and it's them. And over the phone, I told them everything they needed to do. Everything you need to do if they're underage, what you need. So they come in and then she's like, "Yeah, I'm the mom. I want to get my daughters pierced." And then somebody breaks out the paperwork and like, "All right, you need to fill this out and we need your IDs." And then right away the lady looks at them like, "You didn't say it." Under her breath, she's like, "You didn't say I needed my ID." Like I knew she wasn't the mom and she just knew like.
She was like 20, the kids were 14.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then she's standing there all like nervous now because she doesn't want to get in any kind of legal trouble because her ID is
All these
gonna-
heads start popping up.
So I know what's going on, and I just keep harassing, like, "Is everything all right?" And you can tell the lady wants to leave, but the kids don't. And under her breath, the lady's like trying to tell these kids, like, "No, I'm not giving my ID. I'm not."
Like, what do you need, the witness protection program? How do you deal with these people, Toad?
I recommend concentration camps.
Nice,
Same here.
right? That's the best advice. Right. He's
Words
given
of
all
wisdom,
day, right?
It's the first smart thing I've ever heard you say. Yeah, we get some fucking characters, man. One time I did one. I think you guys were here, and the girl that wants to get it, she wants to get her nipples pierced. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's it's this much for the pair, and we can get you started. Here's the paperwork. And she's with, like, I'm assuming her boyfriend and one of her friends, and the friend is absolutely wasted. I think the boyfriend was too, like obviously wasted, kind of stumbling, kind of talking shit, whatever. And then we go to the back, and when we go to the back, the wasted one just starts talking shit, like, "Are you sure he knows what he's doing?" Like, that doesn't look right to me. And then the friend was telling her, like, hey, like, fucking calm down. Like, he's a professional. He's not a professional. He doesn't know what he's doing. This and that. Already just kind of being insulting and combative. So I'm like, whatever. Like, and so, you were here for that.
And as she's bad mouthing him, she asked me, "Hey, can you give me a cup of water?" And I was like, "Oh, like, yeah." And then we only have the small, like, little rinse cups, but I was like, "Yeah, I'll get you some." Or no, I think we had regular cups. We had regular cups because I got her a glass of water, and when I handed it to her, she was like, "You guys don't got no ice?"
She's like, what? No ice?
And I was like, "Oh, damn, this isn't no restaurant." Like,
I think somebody even told her, like, who the fuck do you
yeah,
think you are?
Gibbs was passing by and he said, "The fuck?" Or he said something like, yeah, I was like, "What the fuck?"
And I was like, man, I just wanted to get them out of here. And she was apologizing for, her friend. So I'm marking up so we can do the piercing, and I'm having her lay down, and I'm like, all right, you ready? I'm clamping up one. And as I'm kind of like getting clamped up and kind of checking to make sure everything's straight, the boyfriend just kind of leans over and starts sucking on her tit. And I was like, can you please not have sex while I'm trying to fucking... It was so insane. I couldn't believe what I was like.
He He was probably jealous, so he was like, I gotta fucking.
I gotta mark my territory.
Right, I got this guy right here. I'd outdo you.
This guy's touching my girl's nipple. I'll fucking suck.
Oh, yeah, you touch him, I fucking suck him. And yeah, she was all.
He wasn't looking at
You
you.
didn't. You.
Right, he was looking me directly in the eyes as he did it.
Well, he was peeing on you.
You didn't go along with it and play with him.
I should have sucked the other one, huh?
Yeah, then put your finger in his mouth.
You want to suck on mine? It's already pierced. Yeah, so I did them real quick. She was like, I'm so sorry, I apologize. And they left and never saw them again. Thank God.
Oh, I remember they were loud.
She was fucking loud. She was drunk or on drugs or something. Like, she was
In her pajamas.
She.
that fucking
Yeah,
bitch.
she was. I remember they were. They looked like they're in their pajamas. I don't want to be. Because I do remember what they look like, but I don't want to be mean.
Let's just say they probably weren't from around here. Man, I used to go to UTEP with my pajamas on. Now that I think about it, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm here for 2 hours. I'm not fucking changing. Like, I'm going back home and going to bed. So there I am teaching in my fucking in my Scooby Doo onesie.
Okay, see, I was gonna say if you're a student, maybe, but not if you're teaching. You have to-